Hi, this is Connie Smith with OSU Extension in Fairfield County. We're taping for 88.9 WLRY, the farm page. Oh my gosh, cooking classes are happening here at OSU Extension. Shannon Carter, our family consumer science agent, is with me, as well as Sandy Ball, one of our great family consumer science volunteers. What are you kids cooking up now, Shannon?
Oh, we're cooking up a storm right now.
Yeah. Slow cooking classes. What help us understand? When are
Sure.
they happening?
So they're happening on Monday, March 16th at 11 a.m. here at the Extension office, or Tuesday, March 17th at noon at Keller Market House in Lancaster.
And what do they cost?
$5 each.
Okay.
But that will be the same class Monday and Tuesday, so you can pick whichever one fits your time and location.
Absolutely. And this is just one part of a two-part series of classes.
Correct.
Because we're also going to talk a little bit about fast cooking in another interview. That's
Correct.
another part of this whole Lunch and Learn series. Do we get lunch, Sandy?
Well, maybe samples, but
We
not
get
full.
samples.
Don't come.
Oh, okay.
No buffet lunch here.
No buffet lunch here? Okay. Well, tell me, I really like to use the slow cooker, but I'm finding that I use it more just to keep things warm during the holidays. I'm not getting full use of the cooker, am I?
No, you're not. You can do so much more.
Give me examples.
Well, you can cook not only soups and stews in a crock pot, you can cook a whole chicken. You can cook desserts. You can make desserts in your crock pot. Did
In
you know?
that? In this?
Yes. It doesn't take all day to cook it, but you can make a really nice berry crisp in 3 hours. And the best part of it is you're saving energy, and in the summertime, when it's hot outside, you don't necessarily want to heat up your kitchen.
Sure.
The slow cooker uses less energy and doesn't heat up your kitchen.
Okay. So you tell me I can make a berry crisp. And I'm assuming there is a layering process in that.
There's a layering process in all your recipes, kind of, yes. a little
Okay,
bit.
well, you mean I'm kind of a dump and go girl. I gotta tell you,
Okay.
I'm kind of a dump and go girl.
Okay.
So Shannon, this is where I want you to help me out, because I watched you do like these dump meals where like you've got all the ingredients together.
Yes.
You made these
Mhm.
meals. Had to be off your feet for
Yes.
a period of time.
Yes.
So how did those work using the slow cooker?
They work wonderfully when they are thawed out to start with. That's a food safety point we always go over. So I would have a freezer pack. I would take my quart bag and I would have several of them set on my counter, put in my raw chicken, and then all the seasonings went on top of that, froze them, and then I would take them out a day before, so about 24 hours in the refrigerator. That quart bag will thaw, and then it can go from the thawed state right into your slow cooker.
So the key there, because I kind of learned this ahead of time when I asked a really silly question. How I can't just take the raw frozen chicken and just throw it in there and know I'm going to be safe.
Correct, and the whole point of the slow cooker is that it does take all day or several hours
Okay.
to get that food up to temperature. It would take even longer if that food were frozen. So especially with our meats, we don't want to put them in frozen.
Okay. So really, this is a great way to economize on time.
Mhm.
You might spend, one afternoon or 3 hours in an afternoon gathering those recipes to, like you say, get your quart bags ready, get everything ready to put in there. And then like maybe it's a chicken entree. Can you put like a bag of frozen vegetables on top of the chicken?
You can.
Okay,
You can do frozen vegetables, but you don't want to do the frozen meat.
okay.
And I think I did 10 different recipes in an hour,
Are you kidding?
putting them
No.
together.
Really?
If you have all your ingredients in your recipes, it's just an assembly line. A lot of them use the same ingredients, but in different quantities or a little tweak here and there.
So organization, and then you just probably laid them out in your freezer.
Yeah, I laid them flat to freeze, and then once they were frozen, I stood them upright like books, so they would not take up as much room.
Do you have a favorite recipe out of all those?
I do cilantro lime chicken. It's so good.
Really? Oh, how cool is that? Well, I bet you could, even like whatever you're using, those individual like rice packs
Yes.
that cook in your microwave for 30 minutes or 30 seconds or less. or 90 seconds or less, that'd be a great, quick, easy dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here, Miss layering process, Sandy Bowl.
Yes.
So let's say I'm not gonna be as organized as Shannon
Mhm.
Carter, and I'm just gonna say, I got some chicken, I got some potatoes, I got some, how do I layer that?
Okay, you're gonna wanna put your vegetables on the bottom and then your meat on the top.
Why do I want all
Because,
that grease dripping on my vegetables?
well, one thing, that's adding flavor to it.
Okay,
It's adding the flavor, because think about that, if you put your vegetables on the top and your meat's cooked here, none of that flavor has gone into your vegetables because they're sitting on top. Plus the fact that the vegetables take a little bit longer to cook than the meat.
always a reason.
Yeah.
Always a food safety reason.
That's right.
Yeah, Sandy Bowl, thank you so much. And you see I can do like berry cobblers and all kinds of stuff in that.
You put your mixed berries in the bottom and then it's a crumb topping. There's some great books out there from the Fairfield County Library. That's
Yeah.
where I got that recipe. But it's, you put berries on the bottom and then your crumb topping on the top and it'll bake right in there.
Yeah.
It's not quite as crispy as what you would get in the oven.
Yeah.
But when
I
it's
bet vanilla
90
ice cream
Oh
on
yes,
top of
when
that.
it's 80 degrees
Yeah.
outside, my
Yeah.
husband will eat anything
Yeah.
if it involves ice cream on the top.
Absolutely. And like this size, you know, even if there's just two of you,
Mhm.
like there is
Right,
for our families, there's some leftovers,
there is.
and that's a good thing.
And a little note on the crock pot, your size, if you're not a leftover person, then you're probably gonna wanna go with a smaller crock pot.
Yeah.
Because, you know, but if you like the leftovers, the large crock pot's great.
Now, this is another is
Okay.
another hint I've learned since working at OSU
Okay.
Extension. I just thought you could like cook the stuff in the crock pot, put the crock pot in the refrigerator. I know, don't give me that look, don't give me that look. I haven't killed anyone yet, let's just say that. But I've learned that you have to get it out of the crock
Yes,
pot
you do.
and be really diligent about getting it cooled down and
Yes.
in the refrigerator.
You do.
correct?
You wanna take it, put it in smaller containers, shallow containers, and get it chilled, and if you're gonna freeze it, get it in the freezer, but, get it chilled. Do not, because it's not gonna chill properly in that, plus that's a little hard on your crock pot liner to go from heat to cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ceramic.
Yes.
And my husband made pizza soup in our slow cooker this week, and he said, "Oh, unplug that and let it cool." And I'm like, "Oh, we'll just dump it in this cake pan and put it in the refrigerator," and then it was cooled in a couple hours. So.
Oh, yeah. See these food safety guys. I'm just thinking, oh no, another dish to wash, that cake pan. I'm gonna have to,
You're right,
one
you're
more thing
right.
to
It is,
wash.
it is.
One more thing to wash.
is.
Shannon Carter, help us out. Tell us how they can get registered for the Slow Cooking Lunch and Learn series, and give us the times one more time.
Sure, it's Monday, March 16th at 11 a.m. here at the Extension office, or Tuesday, March 17th at Keller Market House at noon. The easiest way to register would be to call our office at 740-653-5419. There's a web link, but it's got an awful lot of letters in it.
Yeah.
So best just call. That's just $5 per class. They will be the same class repeated each time, so you can pick whichever one works best for your schedule.
Great. My good friend Shannon Carter, OSU Extension, Sandy Bowl has been with me. Don't miss the Slow Cooker Lunch and Learn series. I guarantee you, these guys know how to teach good stuff. This has been Connie Smith with OSU Extension, Fairfield County.